What is up everybody, it is me DevilNeverCry and today's video is going to be on Vergil's concentration mechanic. If you want to see more videos like this, do be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with anything and everything DevilNeverCry and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when new content drops. This mechanic debuted in DevilNeverCry 4 Special Edition and obviously returns in DMC 5 SE. So in this video I'll be going over the basics of the concentration mechanic, what it does, how you can use it to your advantage, and what to look out for. To put things into as little words as possible, the concentration mechanic entices players to play with Vergil in a specific manner that is befitting of the character. Vergil is not the wacky woohoo pizza man that his brother is. In fact, he is the antithesis to this very ethos. Vergil is the cool, calm and collected son of Sparta, and the gameplay is meant to reflect that. That concentration bar, as you can see here, is split into 3 small sections. There are 3 levels of concentration. This works the same way it did in DMC 4 SE. And as you build up that concentration bar, Vergil's attacks are modified. His attacks not only do more damage, but some of them have altered hitboxes, allowing them to have a greater effect on enemies. To add to this, having a max level concentration bar actually unlocks extra moves or combo modifiers in Sin Devil Trigger mode. As an example, the shoulder check move, or the Tetsuzanko as I covered in a previous video, is actually exclusive to Beowulf's combo B when done with Sin Devil Trigger enabled and a max concentration bar. So this all sounds pretty cool so far, right? The higher your concentration or your motivation, the more damage your attacks do, and if you're super motivated, you can even unlock different attacks to use. So how exactly do we build concentration bar? In theory, it's pretty easy. In practice, it can be a little tricky. As previously mentioned, Vergil is a cool, calm and collected character, and if you want to build that concentration bar, you need to play the same way. The simplest way to build your concentration bar is by locking onto an enemy and standing still. This will rapidly boost your concentration gauge. Equally, if you simply lock onto an enemy and move around by walking, you'll also build your concentration bar, albeit at a slower rate than if you were to simply stand. Every time you land an attack and every time you dodge an attack swiftly, your concentration bar will also go up. And just as easy as it is to build that concentration bar, it's even easier to lose it. If you run with Vergil around the battlefield and around enemies, that concentration bar will drop sharply. Now the lock on button plays a key feature here, because locking on automatically locks Vergil to only be able to walk, meaning your bar will never drop. But the moment you stop locking on and you let Vergil run around, that bar will drop sharply. If you jump around with Vergil unlocked, of course your concentration bar will go down. The jump is a very effective way to avoid damage due to its iframes, but if you jump around aimlessly and you continuously spam it, especially without being locked on or without jump cancelling, then your concentration bar will drop. And of course it goes without saying, if you take damage whatsoever, you can expect to lose a significant portion of any concentration that you've built up. And the last way to lose concentration is if you miss an attack with Vergil. It doesn't matter if it's at the start of a combo string, in the middle of one, or even at the end. If you miss an attack, you'll lose concentration full stop. If you take a look at the concentration bar on the heads-up display, you'll see that it's split into 3 different sections representing the 3 levels of concentration. Vergil also telegraphs every time he's gone up a concentration level by glowing blue and having this chromatic aberration effect appear all of a sudden. When he's all the way at the max level, he'll also have an after image to most of his attacks, allowing you to know roughly what concentration level you're at without having to look at the HUD, allowing you to keep your eyes on the action. One cool feature of having a high concentration level is being able to use Sin Devil Trigger exclusive moves outside of Sin Devil Trigger. For example, the Judgment Cut End move is often exclusive to SDT. You have to be in Sin Devil Trigger mode to be able to use this move. However, provided you have a full SDT bar and your concentration level is at 2 or higher, you're able to use this move without tapping into SDT. This also rings true for Beowulf's Hell on Earth move, which is the Nuclear Punch, and the Mirage Edge's Deep Stinger. These moves are some of the most powerful moves that Vergil can use, with the moves being able to almost one-shot bosses on some of the lower difficulties and clear waves and rooms of enemies in almost an instant, so that is another reason why you should keep your concentration level high. And of course, we can't talk about the concentration bar without talking about the World of V move. This is the move where Vergil uses the Yamato to separate the man from devil, as he puts it himself, and summon V, allowing him to orchestrate a symphony of death and destruction using nothing but his cane. This move will use up your entire concentration bar no matter what level it is at. Of course, the higher the level of concentration, the more damage V will do when he is summoned. But what's cool about this move is that the enemies killed are going to be more likely to drop green orbs. So if you're running low on health, but you're keeping cool, calm and collected and manage to summon V, you'll be able to cash in on all that damage and heal yourself at the same time. But that pretty much wraps it up for the basics of Vergil's concentration mechanic. The other feature I didn't mention is the block mechanic, which hopefully I'll be doing a separate video on once I've had time to test things out and got more hands-on with it. Though if there is something else you'd like me to cover tutorial-wise for DMC5 SE, let me know down in the comments below. If you're looking for more tutorials though, there'll be a link in the description to my tutorial playlist, over 35 videos of me breaking down specific things in DMC5, so hopefully there'll be a video in there for you. But with all that said and done, it has been me, DevilNeverCry. I would like to thank all of you for watching, and as always, I'll see you all next video.